I'm going to keep this straightforward because I know a lot of people feel a bit nervous when they're looking at a big-ticket outdoor kitchen. The question isn't just, does it grill well, but will it actually work in my space, fit my budget, and stay reliable after a season of sun and rain? Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. What you'll get from this review is a realistic look at how the Telluri modular island behaves once it's out of the box, what kind of everyday tasks it makes easier, and where the compromises might bite you. First, let's talk about the category itself. Outdoor kitchen islands have gone from a niche luxury to something many suburban homeowners consider a standard upgrade. The promise is simple. Bring the convenience of a kitchen cooking surface, prep area, storage, and even refrigeration right outside. In theory, that sounds perfect, but the reality is that you have to juggle a few moving parts. You need enough square footage so the island isn't a traffic hazard. You need a reliable power source, usually propane or natural gas, and you need a weatherproof build that won't rust after a couple of storms. Most entry-level kits try to cut corners on one of those fronts, which is why people end up with a grill that can't hold its temperature, a countertop that chips, or a fridge that leaks. That's where the Telluri unit tries to differentiate itself. It arrives almost pre-assembled, which means you're not spending a weekend with a wrench and a stack of manuals. The core is a 6-burner, 85000 BTU propane grill made from marine-grade 304 stainless steel. In plain language, that's a lot of heat and a material that resists corrosion better than the typical 18-gauge steel you see on cheaper models. The infrared rotisserie adds a touch of restaurant-style capability. Think whole chickens or roasts that stay juicy on the inside, while the outside gets that crisp, smoky crust. On top of the grill sits a black granite countertop that serves as both a prep surface and a social hub. It's heavy, feels solid, and doesn't heat up as quickly as a metal slab. Integrated into the base is a compact, outdoor-rated refrigerator, sized for a few cases of beer, a few bottles of wine, and the perishable ingredients you'd want on hand for a backyard feast. Now, the strengths. The first thing most users notice is the sheer grilling power. 85,000 BTU spread over 6 burners gives you the ability to sear a steak on one side, while simultaneously keeping a lower heat zone alive for side dishes. In practice, I've seen people use the high-heat burners to get a perfect char on burgers in under 5 minutes, then drop the temperature and finish a slab of ribs without ever having to move the meat to a different grill. The stainless steel construction holds up to a rainy July afternoon with no sign of rust, and the granite top stays cool enough to let you chop herbs or slice a baguette right there on the island. The built-in fridge is a game-changer for parties. Instead of hauling a cooler from the house, you just open the door, grab a soda, and you're back to the grill. The rotisserie, while a niche feature, is surprisingly easy to use. The infrared element gives a gentle, even heat that eliminates the dreaded burned outside, raw inside problem. On the flip side, there are practical trade-offs you need to weigh. The unit is sizable, roughly a 3x4 footprint, and it weighs well over 300 pounds once the refrigerator and granite are in place. That means you need a solid, level surface and a clear path for delivery. Most people end up needing a concrete slab or a reinforced deck area. The weight also makes repositioning a headache if you ever decide to rearrange your patio layout. Because it runs on propane, you'll have to manage a tank that's large enough to keep the burners fed for a full day of cooking. That's fine if you already have a propane line, but for first-time outdoor cooks it adds an extra step. You either need to purchase a refillable tank or arrange for a professional to hook up a larger cylinder, which can increase the overall cost. The refrigerator, while convenient, is modest in capacity, around 4 cubic feet, so it won't replace a full kitchen fridge. It's really meant for drinks and a handful of ingredients. Lastly, the price point sits in the higher-end range for modular islands. So if you're on a tight budget, you might get more grill surface for less money by buying a standalone unit and a separate cooler. Who should buy this? If you own a home with a decent backyard or patio, love to host gatherings, and want an all-in-one solution that lets you grill, prep, and keep drinks cold without running back to the house, this island hits the sweet spot. It's especially appealing if you're already comfortable handling propane or have a gas line installed, because you can take full advantage of the 85 kBTU output without worrying about running out of fuel mid-cook. The